Hello YouTube! If you managed to endure the last 2-hour epic episode, then hopefully you'll enjoy this one. Presumably, maybe you've just come to this one as the first one you've watched, which is going to be confusing, so you might want to find the old playlist and start from the beginning. But I can't demand that of you. That would be very rude of me. Very rude indeed. I want some of these tables to get placed, but they seem to have given up on it. Presumably, yeah, I see. What's happened is, when I did that accidental alert and sent everybody off to the vampire burrow, everyone who was hauling the tables dropped the things and ran for cover, which of course is what you want them to do in a situation that is a genuine alert. However, not all genuine alerts. Is that table? Yeah, look, it's in a task. Let's forbid, unforbid. Let's find all the tables and let's forbid and unforbid them. Yeah, there we go. Any more tables? I think they're only in this room over here. We've got beds though. You can definitely place some beds. Table. Not seeing any. That's okay. We'll just let the game carry on. Actually, I'm doing 6-eye now. One set of prescription, and over that, the nighttime lenses. Ooh, nighttime lenses. That brings to mind Sam Fisher-esque night vision goggles, Fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you mean. I'm pretty sure that's something different. Oh, sorry, I'm stretching. Oh, goodness me. Doesn't stretching feel lovely when you need it? One of the great pleasures of human existence. One of the better parts of the human body, I feel. Like one of evolution's great little gifts to us. Oh, excuse me, I'm having a little sip of my drink. Hold on. Yummy. I decided to go for a chamomile tea, but I didn't clean out my coffee mug before I made it, so there may be a little bit of cross-contamination, which would be it's bearable, I think. We can live with it. Makes screens less harsh on your eyes. Oh, that makes sense. Some kind of polarization, I presume. Alright, have we assigned all the bedrooms? I think we have, but it does look like some of our guys have buggered off for an unknown reason. I think not having their own dining room is probably the problem. And it makes sense to get more food in, because we've only got the one barrel of food at the moment, and it's probably drink. Probably not even food. I'm debating if it's too stupid to do both at work. What, wear both pairs of glasses? Can you... Oh, is it like a set of flip downs? Because they're not stupid. I've always quite liked the old flip down glasses. They're usually sunglasses, aren't they? Regular glasses underneath, and then you just go and flip them down. But I don't think it's that strange. They're quite cool. I like the idea of being able to switch modes, and you can just go night mode to yourself every time you flip them down. See, there's a small pleasure in that. Esm Yawning Relic wishes to reside in Steel Fortress for... No. Go away! We've got plenty of entertainers. It's a second pair that fits over the top, so more of a safety goggle kind of affair. I wonder if you could get someone to make you like a corrective lenses welding mask, like a proper full face welding mask, but except instead of having the blackout panel, it's got like a proper, maybe a Fresnel lens that corrects your vision. I don't know why anyone would actually want that. It doesn't make any sense, because you could just put glasses on underneath a welding mask. But I wonder if it's possible. I wonder if it's possible to correct the vision of two eyes using a single lens. Probably not. I would imagine that would have happened if that could be done. I suppose you could use a sort of arrangement of mirrors to redirect both eyes through a single lens. That would work in a kind of not binoculars. What's it called? That thing you use to look up from submarines, and you get toy ones that you can use to look over walls and whatnot. Periscopes. Yeah, you could do like a sort of periscope thing. I've definitely seen glasses, like novelty glasses, that use periscopes to induce all sorts of weird effects and stuff, but I wore a pair once that like made you look behind you. That were very disorienting. That's true, bifocals, yeah. And then you can do the whole switching mode thing just by looking up and down. Pretty impressive. Very nice. My only experience of glasses is putting on other people's and seeing how the world shifts and changes. remember I put my granddad's on once when I was little and walked across a room, and I was nearly sick because it was like being in a fucking fun house. One day, these eyes can't last forever. These eyes can't last forever. These eyes can't last forever. Ooh, eyesight will fade. Ah, that wasn't the worst musical interlude. Maybe the quality is stabilising. Maybe they're not just going to get worse and worse and worse. Perhaps there's a chance that there will be a plateau, and we will merely be sort of below par rather than rapidly descending into the realm of just awful. Oh, this chamomile tea is very nice. Oh, that reminds me, actually, looking down at the mug, if you'll bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to turn the camera on. Hello. If any of you happen to be, this is unusual for the YouTube audience to see, but the Twitch audience get this a lot. If you happen to be in the United States of America, particularly in the state of Washington, near the city of Tacoma, you may be interested in visiting Tacoma Games. They're a store that sells tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, miniatures, things of that ilk. And if that sounds like something you'd like, give them a visit. Personally, a 6,000-mile journey stands between me and them, making it somewhat unlikely that I'll ever actually live up to my recommendation and actually visit. But, if I get the chance, I will, for sure. Sounds like a great place. It's nice to find a game store you can have a little look around and buy some stuff in, isn't it? So often there's just none around. Ooh, hello, what was that? Nothing. Don't worry. Don't panic. Anyway, plug finished. Let's turn the camera back off. You don't need to be distracted by my face. There we go. Fuzzy says, I could have got this glare prevention on my prescription lenses directly, but it costs 3 times as much as my glasses and prescription sunglasses combined. And when they quoted me, they only quoted 1 lens. Man, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. Unless you're ordering a monocle, they should definitely quote you a price for both lenses. They don't sell shoes one at a time, do they? It's crazy. Well, obviously, if people with 1 leg or foot, don't have to be a whole leg missing, go and buy shoes. Maybe they do sell them one at a time, but I bet it's a pain in the arse to have that spare shoe left over. Oh man. I wonder if there's an internet service pairing up people with missing legs so that they can go halvesies on shoes. And then, make a pretty good saving, I think. As long as you just get paired up with someone the same size and you both have the same sort of tastes in footwear, it could go a long way. I think a less popular service would be the same thing for armless people with gloves. Obviously, gloves are not as common an item of clothing. Hello, Plutonium Jesus. Specialised prescription lenses are for billionaires. Oh, I see. I wonder if James Cameron's got some. Is he a billionaire, or is his film just making billions? I don't know if he personally is a billionaire. He probably is. If he can afford to make submarines to take him to the deepest depths of the ocean, I'm pretty sure he must have a billy. Maybe you can do it with a milli? Well, not 1 million. A few million. I'm sure there is shoe matching. It makes so much sense that you'd expect it to be, you'd expect it to be a thing. Like a Groupon. My glasses have recycling symbols imprinted in the middle of my vision. What? How does that work? Like literal, like a watermark in your glasses. Imagine that, you get sponsored glasses with a watermark that just says like McDonald's or Coca-Cola at the bottom of your vision. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe if the NHS gets privatised enough, we might have that. Like, instead of sponsoring race car drivers, people will be sponsoring, like stents and eye prescriptions and whatnot. Eye prescriptions? Glasses prescriptions. Prescriptions for your eyes. Coca-Cola eye drops. I'm loving it's the Australian, the McDonald's thing. What's the Coca-Cola? They've got the real thing. That was it. The real thing. Coke eye drops. That is a real thing. I'm pretty sure Hitler was taking cocaine eye drops, wasn't he? There was that documentary recently that went on about how much of a fucking hardcore drug taker that Hitler was. Which does, it's somewhat. I mean, when they talk about how much cocaine he was taking, it does, if not explain, go towards making some things make a little more sense in their own twisted way. Oh, now I get it. Right, fair enough. No, well, not fair enough, no. I mean, definitely bad, awful. But, I see. The Winds of Roaring. A performance troupe is visiting. That's good. They better leave, because I'm not interested in signing off on their petitions. Ooh, 2 steel warhammers have been forged, which means the other members of our military who have requirements of such... Oh god, there's petitions. The Bristle Urges. Entertaining? No. That's response B, I'm afraid. Okay, what was I doing? I was just about to do something very exciting. Oh, dish out the warhammers. That was it. So I'm going to pause. Warhammer! And we're going to go over to the therapist. Hello. So, who still needs a warhammer? Mincott and Plutonium Jesus have both been issued one. Bugger, means we've got a spare warhammer knocking around. That's okay. I'm sure it'll come in handy at some point. We've already dished out both the swords. Wait a minute, did we give Mincott? Let me just read Mincott. Check out his item list. Where are you, Mincott? Come on. Where's the item? Here it is, equipment. Missing sheep leather specific flask and a backpack. What? He has a steel warhammer. It's all good. Nobody need panic. We can go back. We can go back. He says, looking for the correct thing to click on. There we go. So, do like a superpower. Everything you look at can be recycled. That would be interesting. The ability to recycle things that you look at. However, you wouldn't want it to be a King Midas type effect. You'd want some kind of conscious control over it. And you'd want to be able to decide what things got recycled into, right? You wouldn't want to look at let's say, things that get recycled. You wouldn't want to look at a big stack of broken bottles and recycle it into toilet paper, would you? I can't imagine. I can only begin to imagine, in fact, the horrific injuries inflicted by glass fibre toilet roll. That would be unbelievable. Whew. Oh God, I'm twisting and spasming in my chair because I've just remembered something I saw online once. If you're upset by horrible things and horrific injuries, I'm not going to show you any pictures, but I'm going to tell you what I saw or heard happen to somebody. Just put your fingers in your ears and hum, or just turn the volume down for about 20 seconds. I'll wiggle my mouse like this when I've finished, okay? So put your fingers in your ears, turn the volume down, you good? Okay. Right, everybody who's still here, who has a strong stomach, I once saw someone who'd gone down an old fiberglass slide in a playground where the glass fibres hadn't been properly sealed in the thing. It was like a poorly constructed one. And they'd got long, thin glass splinters sticking into their body. Like, oh, God. It was fucking horrific. So there you go. And I can wiggle the mouse now. Now that I've destroyed everybody's composure. There we go. Welcome back, those of you who are too squeamish to hear about that. But trust me, you did the right thing. Okay, so what are we doing now? We're really waiting on the equipment being made, aren't we? We've got a few weapons in play. Let me just look over at the therapist again quickly and see what other weapons there were, because those swords and hammers didn't actually take that long to produce. So we need mace, we need a mace, we need an axe, and we need a pike and a spear. Mace, axe, pike, spear. I can do that. Oh, excuse me. JMQ, excuse me. Oh my God. Bastard. So let's go for a steel mace first. Boom. We only want one of those. We also want a steel pike. Oh, put a space in. That might help. Oh, can't make a pike. Make a spear though. Steel spear, lovely. Just the one, please. I'll quickly peek back at the therapist. What was it? We want an axe. Got a spear on the way. We've done the swords. Got a mace ordered. We've got a spear ordered. There's definitely a pike. What item's a pike? I'll just search for pike and see what we get, and then we'll make an axe. In fact, let's make a steel battle axe. Just the one, please, and a pike. So if I type in P-I-K-E, no. Spiked copper balls is everything here. No pikes. Ah, okay. Hello, Cupo. Dwarfs can't make pikes. They can't even use them. Oh. Okay, we'll have to buy a pike, 'cause it's probably a human then if they've got the skill. I think it's a human mercenary in our military then. Bear with me one moment, just checking on that. Pikeman. No, it's Claycree. Claycree has level 3... Oh, no, he's a mace dwarf. Okay, who's the pikeman? This one, Ral Cassothadil. He's a dwarf, but he's got 3 points in pike skill. Let me just quickly bring over to Fort, just so you know that I'm not misinterpreting, that I am correct. Hello. Look, here's Ral, level 3 pikeman. He is a dwarf. He's 159 years old. Holy shit. He's very old. I mean, over that lifespan, you can understand how he's managed to pick up some more exotic skills. As you do. As you do. Okay, we can't make one, so let's leave that. He'll have to be the only one who remains a wrestler. Which isn't the worst thing in the world. You know, the wrestlers can get pretty damn good in this game. I mean, they start throwing people by their teeth, biting people so hard in the chest their hearts get bruised, that kind of stuff. They also might have been trained by a human. That's true. Oh, a human mace man is dehydrated. Why? Why is Sota Ingisla dehydrated? Interesting. But there are a human, so I'm not in a huge worry about that. Why is this sitting here? I don't like that sitting there. Can I please click on it? Thank you. It's not involved in any tasks. Let's quickly forbid and unforbid. And hopefully it'll get used for something. Corridor's very empty. This guy's hauling a big red rock down there for some reason. Presumably to bring it to the room here. This is where, of course, we're storing all of our ores. Well, this is where ideally we are storing all of our ores. I'm not sure if that's actually the case. We do appear to have acquired quite a bit of sphalerite and garnierite, but not much else. Not much else has been hauled in there. I like the way people are taking the armour straight from the forge over to the smelter to get melted down again. It's nice. It's good. But at 28 frames a second, it is not happening quick enough for my tastes. We may need to engage in a population cull at some point. I might also need to check out the animal situation as well. That's a very good point, actually. Let's quickly go over here. Did I build those nest boxes? B, capital N. No, we haven't built the nest boxes yet. That's okay, they'll come. They'll come. Are we actually making stuff in the kitchen? That's a leatherworks. Why have I placed the leatherworks in the food production area? Let's just remove the building, because we don't need one. There's a kitchen. They're preparing lavish meals. That's good. There's a still. What I wanted was another still. So build, workshop, L for still. There we go. Excellent. And we'll make it out of marble. Why not? He's a spear dwarf. Is he? Sorry. 1 second, Cupo. Am I being completely crazy? Sorry. Let's just... What? Ral? No, he's a pikeman. But... Pikeman. Spear dwarf is Asob, who we are building a spear for, so it's all good. Yeah, no, he's definitely a pikeman. There we go. Phew, I thought I was going crazy for a second there. Is Plump Helmet wine not good enough for him? That's true. That's true. Castles of Burgundy app on Steam and mobile. What's the Castles of Burgundy app? I mean, presumably it's a listing of all the castles in the area of Burgundy, which is in France, I think. I might not be right about that, but I think I am. I'm pretty sure Burgundy's a French region. Excuse me, I'm just going to have to do a big sniff. Bear with me. Let me just mute the microphone so you don't have to listen. There we go, that's better. Clearer nasal passages lead to much better enunciation. He says. That's me pronouncing the letters N and G. What is wrong with me? Castles of Burgundy is a board game. Oh, intriguing. Intriguing. I have been meaning to get more into some board games. We were discussing this on last Saturday. I hosted the Star Wars tabletop game that we play, me and my mates, at my house, and we were all sitting around talking, saying about how we want to play a few more different games, not just role-playing games and Microscope and stuff, but things like Snake Oil Salesman, Fun Employed, you know, those kind of quick pick-up games, because they're easier to organise than like role-playing sessions and all that kind of stuff, because you need less significant chunks of time. Much simpler. Anyway, that was a boring anecdote, wasn't it? Oh, wow, blisteringly interesting stuff, scoundrel. Oh, okay, we've got another stockpile available. Well, obviously that's not for furniture. The furniture wasn't the bottleneck. So, this next stockpile, I can't remember what I said I was going to put in there. Does anybody remember? Okay, well, maybe he's just learned the theory. He's just been watching so many like wushu movies that he's figured out all the moves. He's got the theory down pat, but it's just too big for him to wield. That's how I'm going to RP it away. Yeah, no, I'm up for some tabletop simulator as well. I'm glad I've got that in my library now, just to be ready to use it when the opportunity comes. Of course, it's like I keep me and Chunky Nut. Well, I keep saying to Chunky Nut we should play Stellaris, but it's difficult to get a moment when we can like spend enough time to complete a game of Stellaris, because you need a whole day for that kind of thing. It's like playing Civ 5 or something. It just takes so long. What am I putting in this stockpile? I think if we've got a furniture stockpile already and it's not really filling up that much, maybe I should go for a finished goods stockpile? Yeah, let's do a finished goods stockpile and see how that works out. Probably massive overkill. I don't think our finished goods stockpiles by the old area of stock have been filled up yet. Where is it? F4? F4, there we go. Oh, no, this is finished goods, isn't it? Come on, mouse cursor, work for God's sake. Yeah, no, we're nowhere near the requirement for that. It's definitely furniture stockpiles that are the problem. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this stockpile and hope they all move it downstairs. Let's give it a go. PX. There we go. Remove stockpile designation. Put the cursor up there. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. That's the biggest size I can remove at once. That's a bit disappointing. Let's do 2 quickly. There we go. Also going to remove this furniture stockpile. Got a couple of graves in there, I notice. I don't know if they've actually been designated for placement yet. Let's check. Not yet, because all the graves I've designated have been placed. So pop one there. That's a bed. Stop doing the bed, scoundrel, for crying out loud. There we go. There we go. There we go. Probably should start. Probably should start thinking about memorialising some of the people I've got. I remember last session somebody mentioned that we had a ghost, and I was completely unaware of it. So maybe I should investigate there. Does anybody know anything about the ghost situation? Does anybody have any idea? What was the famous song from the film Ghost, from where they were doing the pottery cuddle? And I will always love... No, that was The Bodyguard, wasn't it? I don't know. Things do take longer on Tabletop Simulator, especially if somebody is learning. Yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve to it. But I think once you've got the basics, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Swimming away from a shark. Each turn, person at the back loses a limb. Ouch. That's a nice little idea, actually. I do like those games where you just got like a little simple basic idea and then you just play it. When things, much as I do love a good complicated board game, there's a certain threshold of complexity where you think, why didn't you just make this a fucking computer game and save everybody the hassle? Because, they can do the maths. Computers can do all the mathematics that we need. We don't have to do any. We don't even have to roll a dice. You can see them on the unit list. Oh. What's that then? I've lost the context of what I was talking about. Ah! Luto Kinspine has come to the fortress for the purpose of eradicating monsters. Approved! You can join in. Always good to have a little bit more defensive capability. That's nice. It's brilliant. Still got 5 idlers, but we've got a lot of hauling jobs for people to get through. I'm not sure I'm happy with this situation. Uh-oh. Elves. Of course. Of course, elves. Why not? Okay. Let's see what we can do. Now, we could send out the army straight away, but I feel like we might be better served by trying to get more elves trapped. Those POWs are going to be a lot of fun once they hit the fighting pits, so it kind of makes sense to try and get everybody to come up here. So, here's my theory. Love Letter and Coup are probably my favourite. I don't think I've heard of either of those games, let alone played them. I'll have to give them a look. Right, so let's have a look down in the lower fortress. We've still got a lot of people down here doing stuff, and the second we try and get them to come up, it's going to be a problem. Let's look at our burrows. Yeah, there's no burrow here. However, go down to there. There is a burrow here. Now, there's a lot less food in this area now than there was before. So, I am going to delete war. D. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to go down to the new fortress. And we're going to say, add a new burrow. Call it Heidi. Can I change the name yet? Define this burrow. There we go. And I'm going to make, in fact, no, from here back. So the big dining room and the throne room are going to be the burrow. And all the food area, of course. That's it. And we're going to name the burrow Heidi Hole. There we go. Cool. Good. And then now we've done that, we're going to... Oh, don't unpause it. Close. Go to the military screen, go to alerts, and get all the civilians to run to Hidey Hole. Good. Good. Okay. I think that's what we want. Let's go back to the surface. Now, this is a problem. This is a problem. It's definitely elves. I can see the elves here, all lined up. Well, maybe they're goblins that just look like elves. I don't know. We'll look at them in more detail in a minute. Now, the problem is... Oh, no, the problem's even worse than I thought. Because the cage traps are on the other side. So in order to get down to our... Yeah, they only need to go through these cage traps. Shit. And we can't trap them with the trapdoor there. Okay. Good job we noticed this. Good job. What we're going to do is we're going to reset up a burrow down here. So let's W, burrows. We're going to add a new burrow. Just leave it as burrow 6, and we're going to define it as this area here. Is that right? That is correct. There we go. Brilliant. And then burrow 6 is now going to be the target. So military, alerts, civilians, burrow 6. There we go. Good. So, back to the top again. What I was going to say is there's a big problem with everybody rushing out of the fortress over here and down here, making them all very vulnerable to our elven enemies. However, now the exact opposite is true. All the people rushing up from here and going down there are going to be a big problem. So let's just quickly check how many people we've got down in the new fortress, roughly. We've got a few people here in the cavern baffle. We've got quite a few people in the dining hall. Lots of people in the corridors. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. This area's got all our miners in it. That's no fun. And the fighting pit doesn't have anyone in it, but there are people down in the caverns at the moment who are going to have a high chance of being killed by the elves. If they're elves, they could have been conquered. They might have better armor than you'd expect. Oh no, please don't let them have goblin armor. Goblins can kidnap children and bring them up, then they fight for the gobos. Or they might be naked slaves. I do have a military, but they're not as trained as I would like. And I want to lure the elves over those traps. I'm keen to get them over here because the more elves we have as prisoners of war, the more fun we can have having elves pummeled in our fighting pit. And, you know, it seems like a good way to use elves that turn up, right? You don't want to let them all just be traders and whatnot. You want to kill a few elves. Wouldn't be dwarfy otherwise. Right, here we go. Oh, resuming. Okay, so let's see what they're doing. They're up here. They're slowly moving across. They're tearing into the frame rate. How many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 10. About 10 elves. Hopefully they take long enough to get across the map that we can have everybody safe and sound in the fortress right away. But I'm not sure we can guarantee that. If I go to squads and I say laborious castles and the banded lanterns, I would like to move you to here. No, actually, if we move you to here, it's probably a slightly better chance that you won't end up getting excited and running over the traps. Cool. Okay, so everybody's on the move, coming through the doors. Lovely. The children don't seem to be running in the right direction. That's not good. Please don't let the elves get here much. Don't let them get here quickly. Let them fanny around up there, doing what they think is right. I mean, we could send forth Clay Cree on a suicide charge, but we spent so long building the facilities to keep him locked up that... How many goblins and or elves are invading? Any giant war jaguars? Oh, let's hope not. It's paused. Let's have a look on the others. Oh shit, 96. Oh, okay, hang on a minute. No, it's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 invaders. They all appear to be lashers, bowmen. They're trained by fucking goblins, aren't they? Let's check out this elf swordsman. View unit. Doesn't say what they're wearing. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's keep going down, see if we've got any more. Now, these invaders down here, they've actually got broken legs and they're trapped at the bottom of my pit with the bridge over the top. So we don't have to worry about those. Don't worry. 15 elf trash. Let me at them. I will kill them with my hammer. Plutonium, Jesus, I appreciate the sentiment, but we have to wait just a moment because I really want them to go over those cage traps so we can get some prisoners. That's the ideal scenario. That's the ideal outcome. Fingers crossed, though. Why are you guys not moving in the right direction? Why are you taking that barrel down there? Okay, military screen. Alerts. They're definitely on alert, right? Oh, okay. Take it off hidey hole. Actually, no, that makes sense. If we can do hidey hole and burrow 6 and they both... No, they're going to burrow 6. Burrow 6 only. Resume. Come on, everybody drop what you're doing and head back. These lads here fannying around in the entrance are not filling me with confidence. Has to be said. Right, come on, please don't be too close. Please be taking a very long route. They are. They are. Part of me wants to free Clay Cree, although that does require someone running all the way across the map to flip the switch. Didn't think about that, did I? Well done, scoundrel. Classic design error. Come on, everybody, get up those stairs and get in that burrow. Get in there. Oh, do we just sally forth and attack? I'm worried we're going to get killed. We only have the one full-blown, full-blooded military force. And these guys are taking their time. Oh, they're not taking their time. They're advancing at 9 frames per second. Okay. Are there more of them suddenly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, one of them must be way ahead of the pack, or far behind. Or maybe there's more coming on from the side. I don't know. It will tell you what they've got if you view unit. Okay, let's view unit. Let's do it. Over to the elves. There's a dingo out there. Oh, there's one here. Let's get close. Okay, so V, inventory. Oh, no, no, no. Iron two-handed sword, iron mail shirt. Oh, no. Okay. I really think the traps are probably a better bet. I know you are thirsting for elven blood, Plutonium Jesus, and Fuzzy, but, I mean... Ah, screw it. What? For glory. For glory. Let's do it for glory. Pausing. Laborious Castles, our main enemy, our main squad. they can now attack. Do we want them to sally forth? We want them to be able to jump on the elves as they come in. So I'm thinking maybe we position them down here, and then as the elves come in, it's like, Rah! Maybe? Let's do that. Let's move them here. And hope that works. Okay, resume. Fingers crossed. Yeah, but have they got time to go and get the steel armour on? That's the thing. And they've only got leggings as well. If they have disconnected burrows... Yeah, that's what I thought, Fuzzy. If they take jobs that are in both burrows, they'll just move between them. And that will be a problem. That would be a problem. What's this? There's a guy coming out. He's a guy outside. What are you? I think he's a chemist. Poor lad. Probably shitting himself. There's old Kib, the mayor, still in a right old state. Got an exclamation mark flashing on him. Never a good sign. Okay, let's look down the stairs, see if anyone's coming up. That seems empty. Okay, good. One person in the cavern baffle escorting a duck. As you do. Seems like there's a few people in the stairway coming up. There's the first cavern layer. Oh man, no, this is not good. This is not good. There's going to be a mass killing. Oh, we've got 10 frames a second. It's quite a lot. It's nice. Okay, have the elves advanced significantly? No, but again, that is more to do with the frame rate than any kind of strategic method. Plant collecting. Please tell me. Oh, yeah, no, the chemist is a visitor. He won't be plant collecting. Or maybe he was. Maybe he's using chemicals from plants. Kind of makes sense. I'm so glad we turned sound sense off. Look at those notifications. Imagine if that was sitting there going... I would be most upset. It would be massive ear destruction. Well, I say massive ear destruction. It would be unpleasant. I'm unlikely to have my ears actually destroyed due to it. That would be crazy. That way madness lies. Come on, everybody. Come on. Oost. Correct, Cupo. Oost. Right, come on, guys. Get into the fortress. These guys are visitors. They're leaving. What are you? Who are you? Who are you? Why are you here? Oh, they've gone. What about you? That's a mathematician. Okay, it looks like some of the visitors are fleeing, perhaps? Maybe not. Ah, good. At least one of our miners is making it back into the fortress. It's Zan. It's not Rando, which is annoying because Rando's actually pretty high level now. It would be nice to have him survive. What are you doing? Who did the manager stumbling around obliviously? Well, you might want to stumble the other direction. We do have an invading force heading our way. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, they are taking their time. Look, they're hugging the top of them. Oh, they're trying to pincer maneuver me, are they? Who's this little lad? Oh, that scholar is not in for a good time. Unless, of course, the elves are ignoring visitors. Do they do that? I really don't know. Okay. Corridor's looking quiet. Can we take that to mean all the dwarves have gone past? Almost certainly not. Oh, look at this. Kubuk, Fuzzy, Plutonium Jesus. I think there's almost a guarantee you're going to get yourself a kill, Pluto. I think there's almost a guarantee. You too, Fuzzy. You've got a hammer, haven't you? We better frigging check that. Laborious equipment, laborious castles, fuzzy logic, weapon. Oh, steel warhammer, right? I think Fuzzy's a hammer dwarf. He should be. If he's not, he should be. Hello, Scientific Hooligan. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. Okay, let's unpause it. We are currently knee-deep in elves. Violent, aggressive, invasive elves. But they don't seem to be killing any of the visitors who are hanging out in the woods. They're just advancing 9 frames a second for our fortress. Hopefully this will give us enough time to evacuate the lower fortress into the old fortress, which is actually adequately trapped. Whereas the rest of the fortress Not so much. Not so much. I wonder if there'd be time to build a wall. Just wall ourselves in. I mean, that could be good. It's a good defence, isn't it? And then maybe a caravan will turn up and fight the elves? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. More and more dwarves are making it into the fortress and getting safe and clear. That's good. What's this thing? It's a little poult. Okay, too many baby chickens. Ah, damn it! I didn't put the male chickens and birds in the separate nesting area, did I? Well, we'll have to remember to do that another time. We'll have to remember to do that another time. And I also need to remember to hook up a lever to unleash the vampire military somewhere inside the fortress so that we can actually flip it without heading out into the danger zone. Are they coming? No, it's just the way they walk. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Terrible joke. A dad joke. Except, probably shouldn't say that joke to your kids. Because then obvious questions will arise. Daddy, what's coming? It's the opposite of going. There you go. Crisis averted. Child services visit avoided. What's this, lad? Are you an elf? Nope, it's a human scholar. The woods are absolutely stuffed full of human scholars. They must be bricking it. None of them are trained for combat, although we do have that bard. Maybe they'll turn up again. We have a bard that likes to charge into combat and rip people's clothes and armour off while other people are fighting them. I mean, balls of steel, but I think he's in the hospital for obvious reasons. Alright, come on lads, get up to the surface, get down into the fortress proper. Once they're past this first corner, I feel like they're relatively safe. I want to get as many in here as possible before we close off with the drawbridge. I feel vulnerable here. These guys probably, if they actually engage the elves out here, they're gonna get fucked, aren't they? Laborious castles. I've bottled out again. We're gonna move you, and you're gonna be going up here with your friendos. Oh, no, that's it. That's cool. Okay, come on, out you come. Go over the bridge. Over the bridge. What do you mean? Well, elves aren't necessarily a threat, but these are goblin-equipped elves. Also, I want to trap some. I want to get all of our lads behind these cages as a sort of bait, so that the elves rush in and try and attack us and then get caught. I mean, we've got enough cage traps here to catch every single one of the invaders, which would be nice. Let's pause the action quickly. I'm going to go down the stairs. We've got one lad there, a kid and a chick. Another person coming up with a kid. Although there appears to be a sleeping child on the stairs. I've got a person there. Oh, brilliant. There's far fewer people coming. Oh, that is nice. Okay. Looks like we've got a human down here. We've got someone who's supposed to be in active duty sleeping in their barracks, which is a little bit irritating, but okay. It looks like we're almost there. Only a few stragglers are going to be caught in the meat grinder. Only a few stragglers. And this, frankly, stupid mathematician wandering out obliviously. 2 plus 2 is 4. 5 plus 5 is 10. 6 plus 6 is 12. Why am I always adding the same numbers to each other? 2 plus 8 is 10. 4 plus 5 is 9. Oh, elves! Shit! Well, maybe not. Because they are apparently not attacking any of our visitors, so presumably he's all good? Maybe not. Okay, there's that carpenter-looking guy coming up the stairs. That's good. Ooh, we're getting there. It looks like we're going to actually have people in the safety zone. Apart from Dastot. What the fuck is up with Dastot the engineer? He's out of his bloody mind. Dastot, what is the game here? What's the plan? What are you doing? Dastot Bellstanders, the engineer, strutting around in his cave spider silk trousers and his water buffalo leather dress. Okay. If you think you know what you're doing, you carry on. I can afford to lose a mechanic. I'm not that keen to do so. Oh, and out comes a child. Brilliant. Oh, wait, is that also Dastot? Another Dastot. And here comes a Thob. What's with it? A doctor. Oh, Dr. Thob, stay in the fortress. Here come the elves. Oh, has somebody been injured on the way up? That might be a thing. That might be a thing. Come on, the elves are on screen now. Get the hell out of here. Oh man, he thinks he's in Médecins Sans Frontières. He doesn't want to be leaving people on the other side of the... Hello? No, look. He's back out again. Didn't bring anybody. Picked up some stuff. Oh no, there's these silver arrows and copper bolts lying on the floor. They must be from the previous attack. I feel like we've got nearly everybody in. Look, Solon. What's your game? What's your game plan? Face the elves on your own? There's another one wandering out. Eshtan. Weird little fisher dwarf. Seems completely oblivious to the fact that we're under a lockdown alert. Okay, well, you do what you must. You do what you need to do, and we shall see what the outcome is. But we do have the largest number of our dwarves in here, so hopefully the elves will get all excited and charge after them. What are you doing? Kate the Great, the chef, is on the hoof for some reason and definitely going to be in big trouble. Come on. What are you going down there for? Get out of sight. Don't let any elves shoot you. You end up like a pincushion. It'll be like the end of Hero up in here in a minute. Well, here we go. Here we go. We've got contact. Seems like a burrow issue. Okay. Maybe I need to remove the burrow down there. No, the chef's coming back out. Oh my god, all the food's in those burrows down there. Those barrels up there must be empty. Still, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This guy looks military. It's Rice's. Holy shit. Coming up to the front late in the day, aren't we? What are you up to? You're a human, right? Yeah, human poet. Frankly, your death will not worry me. What about this guy? Another bard. Okay. Probably going up there to rip off the enemy's clothes. I feel like all the important people have made it though, right? No, Limmel the bow dwarf. Now trotting around. Here we go. Here we go. Here comes the charge. They're met by a couple of kids. Not optimal. Oh, don't go down the stairs. Ah, shit. He's dead. That did not take long. And now they're heading into the other part of the fort. Poor old kid murdered. Right, well, someone's going to go mental trying to clear up their body. These guys are hopefully visitors. Glazier, glassmaker. What are you doing coming out here? What is this madness? We are hoping to lure them. We want to lure them into the traps. We're not trying to throw ourselves helplessly at them. Did I say Cryptbeards Rush? Did I order a Cryptbeards Rush? No. So why are you all charging out together? What is this group psychosis? Oh, it's the bards. They're all heading out to catch the hot poems. They're like war reporters, except they just write poetry about it. What about these guys who came to fight bloody monsters? What are you up to? Where were you when the elves came? Where were you? They're killing my dogs. Not good. I'm not happy with that. Hello, what's this? Jester's turning up. Okay, we'll see what happens when you get in there. Maybe you can land a few blows and see how it goes. They seem to have sent a small force in and held the rest of their elves in reserve. I can't see him anywhere though. Oh, here they are. Right out here, yeah. Okay. What are you doing? Woodcrafter. Why? What was the plan? What were you hoping to achieve with that little outburst of bravery? Quick, run, kid. Run, Licot. Get past the traps. They don't seem to be using their bows that much. Oh, out comes a human axeman. Hopefully. Come on. Bait them in, kid. Oh. Too late. They've slaughtered the manager. So we're going to need a new manager soon. Oh, they haven't slaughtered him yet? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Good, good. Over the traps. That's it. Lead him away. Lead him away. Okay. Not as high a death toll as last time, if I recall correctly. Come on, boys. Over the traps. Over the traps you must go, E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Ladir, the human axeman, seems to be putting up a... Not even slightly. Let's see how he did fare. Human axeman. What's he doing? Forced twists the neck. Yeah, he got really busted up. Oh, man. The elf lasher strangles the human axeman's throat. Is anyone getting hurt here? The elf says, death is all around us. This is truly horrifying. You just brought the death. You are the source of the death in this scenario. Don't start moaning. Don't start complaining. Come on. Over the traps. I want your equipment. It's the only suitable trade-off for what you've done. It's the closest thing I can imagine to justice. Come on. Over the traps. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Also, some of my army are south of the wall where they're stationed. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, though, because the elves actually have to get round to here before they'll respond to it. Well, this is a good way of removing all the children for the fortress, I have to say, because they seem to be blithely ignoring all the burrow. All the burrow? All the burrows. Oh, here come the main force. Come on, lads. Push in. Push in. Why is there a presser coming out here? Does he have pressing business? Kate the Great, why do you keep coming up here? Okay, come on. Lure in the elves. Why are you charging in? What are you going to do? Smack them about with a frying pan? Come on. Actually, if I pull the lever now while they're standing on it, that would probably fuck them up quite badly, right? At the very least, it would fling them forwards. I don't know. Let's give it a crack. Let's start setting orders to flip the switch. Where is it? There it is. There we go. There we go. Add new task. Pull the lever, pull. Add new task, pull the lever, add new task, pull the lever. So that's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Cool. Let's see what kind of mayhem that results in. Oh, elves, stop charging in, civilians. What is wrong with you? Why are you so keen? Why are you so bloody keen? Doesn't look like anybody's going to be standing on it when it flips for the first time, which is a bit disappointing. Ah, we've got one in a cage. Cage number 1 activated. Come on. Stand. Oh no, don't you be standing on it when it goes off. Oh, he's a bard. It's not that worrying if he gets knackered. Got a cage trap there with some blood on it. Do these guys ever try to help their friends out of the cages? I've never seen them do that. Come on, boys, over the top. Who's this guy? Oh god, they're carrying a baby. Amos. Oh, that's the baby itself. Who's the carrier? The gem cutter. Oh god, we only had one gem cutter. This is seriously troubling. Come on. Oh man, if these boys get on the bridge before it gets flipped, this could be amazing. Oh, I disappoint. Oh look, there's the guy who got tracked down there last time with his broken legs. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. This guy's a wrestler. Who else is there? Oh my god, that's one of my wrestlers. Shit, what are you doing out there already? Mebzuth! He's jumped the gun and charged in. Let's quickly check his combat report, see how he's doing. Oh yeah, look at this. It's all blue. Very nice. The wrestler punches the elf lasher in the head with her right hand, bruising the skin through the giant cave spider silk hood. The force twists the neck, tearing apart the fat and bruising the muscle, and tearing apart the upper spine's nervous tissue. Oh, you've crippled an elf. Well done. A tendon in the upper spine has been torn. The wrestler punches the elf lasher in the head with her left hand, bruising the skin through the giant cave spider silk hood. The force twists the neck, tearing apart the fat, bruising the muscle, and tearing apart the upper spine's nervous tissue. Delicious reports. Oh, so fragrant, so tasty, so wonderful. And the elf keeps missing. I like it. You keep wrestling. But we do want to get more people captured. It's not going to be fantastic if everybody gets slaughtered. Come on, you guys. These guys here, step on the... Ooh, it was so close. Close the bridge. Close the bridge. He's killed them both. Look, he's killed 2 elves. No, you fucking spam-handed dank magnet. What is wrong with you charging in and fighting every single elf on your own? He's dead. He's freaking dead. You can't wrestle 15 elves on your own. That guy's on the lip. He's going to get pinged the second the thing goes up. Let's look at the combat reports. Oh, he got pinged. Where has he gone? Where's the wrestler? Here he is. Yes, found dead. Ripped to shreds. The elf swordsman slashes the wrestler in the head with his silver scimitar, and the injured part is cloven asunder. An artery has been opened by the attack. A tendon in the skull has been torn. The pigtail hood is ripped to shreds. Oh dear. Okay, well, one of them got pinged, so presumably he's in deep trouble. Not sure though, can't guarantee it. Come on, put that drawbridge down again. We want to lure them onto it and keep pinging them up into the air, because that is going to be a good way to get rid of them. I'm not liking how long it's taking to flip that bloody switch with everybody already in the room. I mean, literally every dwarf in the fortress who hasn't been stupid enough to run up here and get slaughtered is sitting in that room, and they're all like, pull the lever? What do you mean pull the lever? What lever? Not that lever? No, you can't mean that lever, can you? It's got to be another lever. Ah, dear. There is something wrong with kids pathing. It does say that. It does say that. Did that go down and back up again? They haven't fled, have they? Oh, Christ on a bike. Well, what was that for? 1 prisoner and a couple of kills by a guy who ended up getting minced. Let's do a quick check. Make sure they've gone. Nah, it's just a load of people who got caught. Last time. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Are there more than I thought? Caged, caged, caged. Yeah, these are new. We've still got a couple of invaders on the hoof. Okay. Just watch. Watch and wait. I think they have run off, though. Oh, no, we've got an elf here. Look, sitting around, waiting for something to happen. Elf spearman. Okay. No longer said siege. Okay, I don't remember if I mentioned it to you, Scoundrel, but I was trying out Dwarf Fortress again a little while ago, and my year 1 siege was a fucking necromancer. That's never a good sign. I have yet to be able to defeat an undead attack. You know what? We should sally forth. Let me just pause the action, go down to the thing, get the orders for this pulled. Oh, that's why it's not shut. Add new task, pull lever, do task now, bang, there we go, back up to the surface. Squads. This guy appears to be moving slowly. Let's attack. Oh, sorry. A and C squads. Attack. Kill creature at cursor. There we go. If they can get out in time, that'll be good. Unpause. Is he going to get away in time? The bridge does have to go down before they can get him. But it will be a nice bit of experience just to kill the straggler if it's possible. He's probably already wounded by the look of the speed he's moving at. Come on, flip that switch. Get that bloody drawbridge closed. Where did the elf who was on the bridge when it was opened go? I feel like they've been splattered against the ceiling, maybe. Come on. I should end the civilian alert, shouldn't I? Escape. Alerts. Bang. Alert ended. Is the elf heading back? No, he's not. Someone flip that fucking switch on the way out, though. Oh, Christ. They're taking forever. As usual. Press tab on the embark screen to see your neighbours. Embark screen. Hang on. Embark screen. Is that elf still here? Still making his way off the map? There's no way they're getting him. Although he's not making a beeline for the edge of the map, is he? He's kind of running back to where everyone else ran off up the top. Come on, somebody flip the switch. Anybody flip the switch. Just flip the frickin' switch. Nope. Everyone's just gathering up, waiting for the bridge to go down. Oh no, they're moving corpses. Well, I suppose that's a good thing. Oh, not me. Okay, fair enough. Hello, Walrus Incarnation. What a lovely name. Always good to see people still streaming Dwarf Fortress. Well, you know what? Earlier on, there was someone streaming with 64 viewers. And occasionally, I saw Quill streamed a little while ago, and he had like thousands of people watching. So it does happen. You do get a few streams here and there, but I must admit, it's rare to see a big one. Ooh, innuendo. Oh, excuse me. Shifting my weight here. Joel streams DF every once in a while and pulls in like 3k. I'm not sure I'm aware of Joel by name, at least. Is that elf even? No, the elf's just gone off the map. Okay. Excuse me. My burping is getting out of control. Oh dear. Con matched vised? Con matched vised wants to reside in Steel Fortress for the purpose of entertaining. Well, he can just fuck off. Not interested. Vine Source Joel. Oh, right, okay, yeah, of course. I knew he did it for a while. I didn't know. I think he returned to it fairly recently. I mean, if you've ever played Dwarf Fortress, you'll know that it's kind of a little itch that remains forever. You'll always want to go back to it eventually. You'll take time off, a few months here and there, but rarely will I manage longer than a year. Very rarely. Very rarely indeed. Then again, I suppose a year is quite a long time frame. Is everybody busy? Everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing? Doesn't look like it. We've got 22 idlers currently. Have we set up the dining hall here? Nope. Is anyone carrying a table? People are carrying chairs. Doesn't it? What? Caravan? Caravan. It's got to be a caravan, right? This one here? That's what I'm seeing, right? That caravan arriving. Going to show me the alerts. I press A. Geographer. That was never a pause and go to the edge of the map alert. Got to be the person who turned up, right? Can't click on him with the mouse. It's so annoying. There we go. Human. Thrathdad diamond needed. Okay, fair enough. Been playing it since pre-Z levels. That's crazy. My goodness. That's a long time. Dwarf Fortress is kind of a skill you can learn, Walrus Incarnation, but I think it's more of a suite of skills to do with just being willing to dig down and figure it out. Or just read the wiki, I suppose. Right, is that lever not getting pulled now? What? Add new task. Pull the lever. Do it now. Someone pull the lever. Come on, there's loads of you there. Him, he's done it. He's done it. There's a starving capybara, but we have had the lever pulled and... Oh, fuck. Oh, it's gone down. Thank God for that. I thought it was knackered. Right, everyone can get out now. Thank God for that. We can get down into the secondary fort. We do need to trap that adequately, don't we? It's not defended well. It's not defended well. Google me, says Cupo. Cupo does make some beautiful forts there, Walrus Incarnation. If you see him streaming, you should give it a little look. I mean, these crude boxes that I've put together, they're not much to look at. But Cupo has figured out how to use all the little tools that let you make beautiful buildings. So, well worth a visit. Well worth a visit. 40D was the update that added Z levels. That was quite some time ago. You figure out the UI after a bit, sure, but other than that, I feel like anyone can pick up Dwarf Fortress and make something happen if they put their mind to it. That's true. I have been after playing Dwarf Fortress, I have been craving something similar, but not the same. You know, one of those management games where you build a town or something like that. I saw some people playing a game, I think it's called Foundation. I watched a couple of people play that recently, and that looked like an interesting little game. Something in that vein. Similar to Dwarf Fortress, but without the sort of insane levels of simulation in the background. I realise I've been sitting here for the last, how long I've been streaming? 3.5 hours with these headphones in my ears with absolutely no sound coming out of them for no good reason. Just got headphones in. Silly me. Very silly. Levers take time depending how far between the mechanism. Oh, I see. Ah, okay. I'm sure you've told me that before. I'm absolutely certain you've told me that before, but obviously my brain is very poor at retaining information. Right, let's get some trade goods up here. Trade goods? There we go. Move goods to and from depot. I would like to move trap components, please. Trap components, there we go. Weapon bin, spike green glass balls, copper balls, another weapon bin, that should be good. Have we got anything else we want to trade? We might have some very fine meals made. Could be a thing. Have we got any of that? It'll be in food, won't it? Drink, seeds, plants, eggs, fish, meat. Food. Looking. Footwear, legwear, shields, pets. Could sell the capybara. Solves the starvation issue quite neatly. Cheeses, powders, extracts, craft, toys, toolkit, blah blah blah. Sheet ropes, splints, crutches. Oh, I see. This is... Okay, these meals here. Okay. Prepared reindeer intestines, etc., etc. Okay, we're not selling any food. We'll just buy some. Trader requested at the depot. Let's get those goods up and see what we can get for them. Hopefully a bit of money. Would be nice. Or trade credits at least, whatever they are. Also, hour-long recording almost. Actually, it's 1 hour and 7 minutes now. I've looked at the screen. Damn. Oh yes, Gabriel, did you ever end up nabbing Kenshi, or is that still on the list? Yeah, that's still on the list. It's tempting. I'm worried about that one, though. I'm worried that I'll get it, play it for 10 minutes, and then be like, maybe not. Because it looks like one of those games that could, if it gets you, really get you. But equally, it looks like one of those games where you could play it for 5 minutes and go, nah. So, it's a dangerous... you can always refund it within the 2 hours. That's true, but I don't feel like 2 hours is really long enough to assess a video game. I mean, especially a game with such a steep learning curve. Imagine I'd had 2 hours to decide whether or not I liked Dwarf Fortress. Madness. The idea of only ever playing Dwarf Fortress for 2 hours makes me very sad. I may never maintain an erection again, just having had that thought cross my mind. Oh, dear. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure I will. I wouldn't fret too much about that. Anyway, it's not relevant to the quality of my streams. I hope. Kenshi is a kind of thing where it looks interesting to you when watching tutorials and stuff like that. You'll probably enjoy it. That's true. It does have that certain level. There's a guy called Matthias Gaming on YouTube. I watched a few episodes of his little run through, and he's put a bit of effort in storying it up and everything like that. And that was enjoyable. But again, I'm notoriously bad at making decisions about games anyway. I can't pull the trigger ever. And often, when I do pull the trigger, I'm like, I want that one, and then I never play it. I've got a shitload of point-and-click adventures. I mean, mainly that's due to the fact that 99% of the time, if I'm going to play a game, it will be while I'm streaming it, because I don't really get that much time to play games outside of my scheduled streams. But, when I do play a game outside of the schedule and don't stream it, I'll give it a crack. Well, I might give it a crack, we'll see. It's also not a cheap game. That's the other thing. I think if I remember correctly, it's like 20-30 quid, maybe a bit more. Which seems a bit much. Seems a bit much for a game that might not be great. Oh, although Archimedes says Kenshi is great. So, maybe I'll give it a go. Still got to do Resident Evil 2 as well. Everyone was like, oh yeah, it takes about 10 hours. to do, and I'm like 10 hours in, not even completed Leon's storyline. So, yeah, I think we can safely say that I've busted the speedrun attempt. $10 for every once in a while. That's worth watching. I've got it on my wish list, so I'll watch out for it. That's what I love about the Steam wish list. It just tells you when the stuff that's on it goes on sale, and you're like, ah, fantastic! Yet another Steam sale that coincides with me having no money. Brilliant. Okay. Well, I try. I do my best. That's not true. I'm a very slapdash man. Okay. Ooh, someone wants to come to study. Well, Coulette Letterclutched with your nominative determinism. In you come. You're welcome. Join us. Join us and expand the corpus of knowledge available to dwarven kind. Ooh, I better check my military, make sure nobody died. Laborious castles? No, all fully... No. Someone did die. Look, slot 5. Available. Our overkeen wrestler charged in and got himself killed by elves. How embarrassing. I mean, come on. Elves? You were only supposed to bait them into the traps. Okay, so who do we put in slot 5 then? I think this calls for a trip to the therapist. Let's head over there. Dwarf therapist? There it is. Hello. Ooh. Itchy ear holes and pointless headphones. I'll leave them in anyway, because otherwise my voice volume will change suddenly and everyone will be like, why is he talking quieter? Every Steam sale I look at my wish list and go, well, this is a list of games I decided not to buy. That's true. Oh, I mean, I'm terrible. If I've got some money to spend on games, I will spend ages fretting over which game. I'm terrified of lost opportunity cost, or not opportunity cost, lost opportunity. I don't want to waste time playing a game I don't like. So who can come in? We've got to look at everybody who's not in the squad. So let's open this up. This guy here, Zugot the Hammer Dwarf. You could be good, although no, not recruitable. I tell you what, rather than sorting by squad, let's sort by military status. That's migration wave. Military status. There we go. We'll keep the can activates. Go to military. And any axe dwarves? No. Hammer dwarves? No. Knife users? No. Lashers? No. Mace dwarves? No. Pikemen? No. Spear dwarves? Sword dwarves? Anyone got discipline? Yes. Monom Lavutok has a little bit of discipline. What other skills are there? Biter, dodger. You know what? I think discipline's probably the best one to get, right? That's going to help them learn. Just check that we've got no armour or shield users. We've got a couple of people who've kind of dabbled. But no one who's... Oh, what's this? A level 6 fighter. Oh. Licot. Fighter and striker. Why are you so good, but not in a squad? Felt terror while in conflict and vengeful joining an existing conflict. Oh my god. 98 years old, you can join. In he goes. Lincott, assigned to squad, you can join the... Oh, the Laborious Castles is full. Oh, hang on. Let's read and make sure we refresh. 156 to 146. So we lost 10 dwarves. That's not too bad. Lincott has a kill as well. He's killed a dingo. Oh. He's a dingo wrestler. Sounds good. If only I could simulate the sound of a didgeridoo. There we go. That's my best attempt. Errol's got 10 kills. What are these? 4 goblins, 3 kiwis, 2 drowthers, and a giant mole. Well, it's practically got the makings of a Christmas carol there. Very nice. But we don't have a slot for you. Or do we? You know what? You've got kills. I've got kills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. I'm berserking, and I'm murdering. No, let's not push that any further. It's not got a lot of structural integrity. Let's put this guy into the Banded Lanterns, because, frankly, it seems like a waste not to. It really does. Well, that makes sense. If you know you want them. I mean, that's the thing. I look at my wish list, and often I'm taking things off and putting things on, and there's varying levels of how much you want stuff on your Steam wish list, isn't there? There's like the stuff that you put on there and go, oh, I really want this, and then there's the stuff you go, oh, that looks interesting. Maybe I'll put it in the wish list and see what happens when I finally have some money. But, you know, that's the majority of stuff on my wish list, to be honest. I do love getting those emails telling me something's on sale, though. I've got all the original point-and-click Gabriel Knight games on there, because I remember loving them when I played them back in the day. And every time they go down to about £3, I'm like, ooh, I want to buy them, but I can't guarantee I'll play them. I just don't know. Oh, but the temptation's still there, especially when they go so blisteringly cheap. But then again, I paid for them originally in the 90s, and it seems a bit of a daft move to buy them again, right? Or at least it does to my economic mind. Okay, before we go in and do anything else, does anybody want a dwarf named after them? We've sorted the military situation out, we've patched the hole. Let's quickly look and see who's got a nickname. We currently have 26 dwarves with nicknames. So Anubis, Belug, Blade, Buckshot Brigade, Fetocrol, Filthy, Fuzzy Logic, Gingy Ginger, Itigawa, Johnny 5, Clay Cree, Liquid Samurai, Lanicerus, Firehawk, Plutonium Jesus, Rando 303, Rices 009, Sabater, Sanctum, Science, Singor, Sakalo, Sorrel, The Hobo Hunted, Vehemet, and Virtual Spaceman. You don't need to request dwarves. You've got one. But if anyone else wants one, now is a good time to say that, because obviously I'm here. And we can sort by profession to see what people want. We have a lot of dancers, a lot of bards, and a lot of poets. In fact, that's not true. We have a lot of bards and poets, but only 2 dancers. Got a scholar, geographer, gelder. Did anyone want to be a professional nut snipper? Nut snipper. He's the one who cuts off the animal's balls. I'm obviously getting tired now singing these terrible little interludes. We've got a peasant here if anyone wants them. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Everybody in the chat seems to be staying quiet, so I'll head out, go over to the fortress, and we'll think about doing a little wind down check of what's going on, because I've nearly been streaming for 4 hours, and to be honest, I'm starting to feel tired. Let's go back to the military screen, check the laborious castles. Yeah, it's all full. Good. And the extra person's in there? Yes. Good. Good. Unlimited power. Sorry, couldn't help myself there. I got a bit prequel memey. Load cage trap needs cage. You must have some cages knocking about, right? I did buy some animals, didn't I? Maybe I should look into putting some of them in pasture. How's stuff going on down here? Okay, that's good. Let's do the pasture thing. Click. No, gotta go into the zones thing first, haven't you? There we go. And pasture. Show me, get rid of the non-grazing. And show me everything that needs to go in there. Ah, look, got an alpaca. Not there. Got a billy goat. Not there. Oh, okay. Maybe they're off being milked or something. A ram. You can go in. What else we got? Cow. Capybara. Okay, you can come out. You were starving earlier, so let's get you into the field where you can actually eat some grass. That'll be nice. I've never been able to get into point-and-click video games. I just can't parse the ridiculous adventure game logic. Yeah, that can be a problem. I mean, specifically Gabriel Knight 2 had some absolute fucking humdingers. Some real crazy stuff. Like, you need to get a passport photo. You need to fake... You've got a photo of somebody with a moustache. And so in order to get the fur, if I remember this correctly, for the moustache, to make a fake moustache, rather than... There was an obvious simple way to solve it, but the way you do it is put sellotape under a table, make a cat run under the table, and then gather the hair caught on from the cat's back on the sellotape and make a fake moustache with it. Absolutely mental. But there you go. That's 90s video game logic. Yeah, the guy didn't even have a moustache. You draw the moustache on the picture and then make a cat hair moustache. Why? Although I must say, I did enjoy all of the Gabriel Knight games, and the one that surprised me the most was Sins of the Father, the 3D one. I think Gabriel Knight 3. That I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near as good as it was, and I really enjoyed it. And the woman who writes those games does some fantastic stuff. Isn't there a new King's Quest game on the way? Or am I just being optimistic? Why have we walled animals? Why have we walled this pig? Oh, they can just walk through the gap. Brilliant. Build, capital C, wall, and build it right there. Thank you. Where the pig is. Marble blocks. Boom. Good. And hopefully that will stop things charging in. What's this? A giant rat. Oh my goodness. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, the first one was good. There was a remake as well, wasn't there? They entirely remade it with new stuff. But I think part of the charm of the original was the what's his name? The voice acting. It had Mark Hamill in it. It had Frankenfurter. Oh Christ! You know, Pennywise from the original It. How can I not remember his name? Curry. Something Tim Curry. Jesus Christ. My memory. Yeah, he was in it as well. It was a fantastic game. In fact, I love them all, to be honest. The second one's a bit weird being an FMV game, but it's still well worth a tickle. Well worth a tickle if you've not played it. Yeah, no, I had the original King's Quest as well. And I very much did the same thing as you, mucking around with it. We had King's Quest 1, 2, 3. I remember King's Quest 5. Girl in the tower, I'm reaching out. Please tell me what to do. Classic. Classic. I never played any of them after that. I don't think I ever played 6 or 7. 7 had a weird sort of animated style. It was like a drawn animation rather than a pixel art kind of affair. Very interesting. Oh man, but I mean, you've got to remember Sam and Max. That was a fantastic game. If you haven't played Sam and Max, seek out a copy and play it. Really very good. Day of the Tentacle's good too, but not as good as Sam and Max in my opinion. That's a fantastic game. Adventure games are grouped into 2 categories, says Cupo. Monkey Island 1 and 2, and adventure games that are not. Ooh, controversial opinion, but an understandable one. Definitely an understandable one. Chips Challenge. Wasn't that on the Commodore 64 or something? Or am I misremembering that? The name definitely rings a bell. Was it Spectrum? My first computer was a VIC-20, and there were not that many games on it. I remember a game called Gorf. I remember that was a cartridge one you plugged into the back. I remember a text adventure called Pyramid that was way beyond my age. And I remember programming in one of those Mad Lib word spotting games and absolutely finding it the funniest thing in the world ever. I remember it came up with the phrase like Princess Margaret shit in her wellies and waved her tits at the moon. Something of that nature, which I found very amusing. Oh, we've got a dehydrated human swordsman. If only I cared. If only I cared about the health and safety of the humans in my fortress. I don't, by the way. I don't. Just dwarves. Anybody seen The Dark Room? I don't think I have, no. A game or a film? Looking it up, it was originally released for the Atari Lynx. Man, now there's a console that never went anywhere. Do you remember that? I remember going into Boots the Chemist, where they used to, for some reason, have like Super Nintendos, Mega Drives, and Atari Lynxes available for demonstration. And every day as school ended, there'd be a massive queue of kids just coming out of the area where all the games were sold. They don't sell games anymore. Mind you, I understand why they don't. They are a chemist. Very odd choice. If you get a chance, highly recommend. It's a comedy show parody of text adventure game. Oh, the Limmy show joke. That's called Hawk thing, isn't it? Hawk. He streams now. Have you seen that? He's he's doing streams every day. Doing pretty well with it too. Does like improvised stories and whatnot. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure there's some international viewers who may not be aware, but Limmy is a comedian / comedy performer, writer type guy with a thick Glaswegian accent. So, yeah, if you understood Train Spotting, you'll be fine. Or if you live in the UK, you'll be fine. But yeah, he's pretty funny. He does a lot of good stuff. But I can't remember. I never actually saw Adventure Call. That's the one. Yeah, I've only seen little clips of it. I've never seen a whole episode because Limmy's show was on after I really kind of stopped watching normal broadcast television and started moving to streaming for almost everything. Not that it's not available, but his streams are pretty good. Does little improvised stories and that. Very nice. Man, we've barely got everybody back into the fortress after the thing. People are still like running backwards and forwards like mad. All right, before I'm going to have to end the stream soon because I am getting quite tired and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So what I'm going to do is look over here, check to see how... Oh, we've got a table. We've got a table. So let's make this a dining room. Oh, things. That'll do. There we go. And we'll assign these tables later because, frankly, I can't remember any of the names of the people who we're supposed to be assigning them to. But fingers crossed it works out. They've got food here now, so that's good. Let's have a look at our stocks and see how many pairs of trousers they've managed to produce. STEEL, and we've got 23 steel bars, steel right gauntlet, steel chain leggings. They're not being melted. Exceptional quality. Oh, yes. Can't melt those for some reason. Finely crafted. Lovely. Any more? Nope. But you. Nope, you're in a job. Masterful chain leggings? Nope. Regular chain leggings, superior chain leggings, and well crafted. Lovely. And there's all the Warhammers. Look at that. I. All in the inventories. I'm sure Plutonium Jesus is going to cause some serious damage when he starts swinging that thing around. Living in the UK didn't qualify me for understanding any accents. Well, Fuzzy, I mean, if you've lived all your life in the UK, then if you've grown up in the UK, then you get exposed to these kind of accents. Mind you, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's because I live in and near London and have worked around London that I've come across a lot of accidents. So you coming from South Africa, you're going to have different issues. Do you ever meet people who find do you have a strong South African accent? Not rude to ask, of course, but do you ever find people giving you blank looks if you've said something? I have a South African accent that I do, but I'm not sure it's appropriate. The phrases I'm able to say, probably a little bit dated now. Probably best not to trot them out. We all know that American newscaster is the true English accent. Apparently so. I have never heard that before, but yeah. The Dark Room is run by John Robinson, an Aussie. Okay. I've been watching a channel called Into the Darkness on YouTube, which I've found quite good. They do Call of Cthulhu Let's Plays. I've started watching a particular one that I've found quite good. Hang on. Let me just sacrifice the lone view I get myself by watching on my phone. I'm just going to go over to my iPhone app, my YouTube app. Sorry, this has got wildly derailed. You know what? Those of you watching YouTube, thank you very much for doing so. It's been a pleasure recording for you, but this stream is ending soon, so I'm going to stop recording. Bye, YouTube. Sorry for doing another hour and a half video. Bye.